All right, welcome to Align Trading, going over last week's SPY recap and then taking a look at the week ahead. So if you did watch last week's video, right, here it is above if you want to go back and look. But you can see we talked about, right, how this handle was building right here, and we would return to retest this 200-day while the 20-day moving average trends down. And from there, right, we would be able to see if we regain, close this cup, right, and continue heading up to the upper Bollinger. Otherwise, we would see this rejection, and here is where you would be able to short again, right? You see that beautiful head and shoulders right there, and we grab this liquidity right here as we head back down to close this cup again, and here is our bottom Bollinger. So pay attention, right? You want to see this 5-day and bottom Bollinger continue trending down. Same thing as right here, right? You can see how that selling occurs with the 5 and bottom Bollinger right there. But I also talked about on the 30-minute chart how you would be able to see this green algo right here building this handle, right? So on Monday, we talked about if this formed this inverse cup and we got this right here, grabbing this liquidity on the way down, we would close this inverse cup right here. Now we gapped up, right? You can see this right here. We held above this cup, and we also talked about this gap right here that was waiting to get filled as it coincided with this 5 and 200-day moving average that you can see right here with the purple and green lines. From there, right, close this cup, and we see this yellow algo working. So you get a trade right here. And from here, the same yellow algo along with our blue dominant one right here. Where is that handle and continuation for this cup close? It does not happen. So therefore, you see this inverse cup forming. There's that handle right there. And we start to work our way back down with this unfilled gap, right? From Monday, we close this gap right here, get a bounce, but ultimately, right, you see how we form this head and shoulder again, and that inverse cup and handle within the green. And on Friday, we get this move back down, breaking below, right, grabbing that liquidity finally that we just talked about from Monday if we form that handle. And we are now on our way back down to this inverse cup close. Now the next thing here, right, I have been gone again this week as well. As I've explained for the past few weeks, I have some things that are taking my attention during the day away. I'm unable to update the 1-minute algos, but here you can see I still have been trading. You see the gaps, right? Days that I have been unable to even get on the chart at all. But in the time that I have, and then without being able to even update my 1-minute algos, just using my levels, right? And then obviously, right, you can see this with your eyes. You can see that algo, right? You can see the structure. There's that handle. I mean, look at that, right? You see the trades. So you can get trades if you understand what you're doing. People are still doing well, right? Our 30-minute chart here looking amazing. Now, by sharing this, I'm just trying to show you what is realistic. This is not any sort of brag. 15 out of 18 days, 83% winning percentage in the last month, right? With being super inactive, trying to get in 15, 30 minutes to squeeze in my entry. That's the other thing as well, right? Don't get the misconception that algos are everything. As you guys know, at least my members, right? I use deeper data sort of tools. I do use a footprint chart, right? I use Delta. I use extra things like that to assist in my entries. But at the end of the day, right, it is the price level. These levels that I have, they are worth so much money if used right. $40, $20 a month, whatever plan you are on, it is nothing. And this is not encouraging you to subscribe, as I've said, right? The last month, all you've got is the levels. But if you understand the principles, well, you're going to make money, right? You can see these levels precision, right? And even here, right? Oh, it's not exactly on the level. It went a little bit above. Okay, well, are you paying attention to this algo right here? Do you see that head and shoulder? Oh, you do? Okay, well, what is this trade? 557 down to 555. I mean, that's $50 minimum on your 0 DTE contracts, even your 1, 2 DTs, whatever, right? Again, same thing here. See that head and shoulder starting to form, that inverse cup handle. What is this? 83 cents down to 24, 50 cents, $25 a contract, right? One trade pays for your entire month. So I'm just explaining, I don't need your guys' money. I do this all as a favor, and that's in the most respectful way as I can put it, right? I appreciate every single one of you, but ultimately it is up to you. As I explain, I put in the comments, right? This is not a buy sell signal group. This is a true passion and a continuous learning to mastering this skill. And if you're not here for that, well, then you're going to have to go find something else. And ultimately, it probably won't work. I'm not saying this is the ultimate strategy, but it's pretty damn good, as I showed you, right? As people around follow and take trades off of the same system. So let it work for you. Let it show you what is right in your journey. The other thing too is members, please reach out to me, DM me. Again, it is up to you. This is your journey, and I am happy to help. That is what I am offering. That is what I love to do. I love to assist. As you can see, this gentleman right here, he has been working with me for over a year. He's taken a lot on himself recently, and finally, right, he's got his first green month. As we explain all the time, you are not going to get rich quick. This is a process. People go to school for 4 years, 8 years to become a doctor, a lawyer, and you think that you're going to get on these charts and in 6 months, 8 months, you're going to be making $10,000, $20,000. No, you're not going to be doing that. You're not even going to be making a single dollar. You are probably going to be losing, right? Because you are paying your tuition to learn. This is just the honest truth, but ultimately at the end of your journey, once you continue to put in thousands, yes, thousands of hours, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of days, mistakes, that is when you will succeed. It is not easy, but this is just the truth, and I want everyone to understand that. For those of you who are still here, thank you for listening to what I had to say. It's supposed to be words of encouragement, fuel your fire, right? Build you up. So don't take it the wrong way. But now going over what to watching into next week, specifically Monday here, excuse me. As we talked about with this inverse cup closing, you can see this white algo that we have, right? You can see it building right here. So we probably will gap down Monday. We might even close this cup. If that happens, right, expect this green algo right here to build a handle as we continue down. And then from there, right, even if we do get below that, look for it to reject. Now, in the case that there is a recovery, what will you need to see, right? Well, on the daily 5 and 20 day, you need to see us regain those. So if something like this does form, and then we regain that 200 day, well, we'll be revisiting this upper Bollinger, but you can see, right, you would have to see us form that shoulder right here. So, you know, it is possible, but that is what you would have to see. Otherwise, right, we are going to close that inverse cup and continue heading down. That is all that I have for the video, so thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.